My name is Joe. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. Today we will be starting the first episode of a new series, Forgotten Fossils, where we'll cover relatively obscure creatures from the past. Perhaps you've heard of some of them, but you've definitely not heard of most of them. The first creature we'll talk about today is Tanystropheus, a fairly novel reptile from the Triassic period. Thank you. See you on the other side.
I've seen Tanystropheus discussed on some of the nerd YouTube channels I've watched, but I've never seen it at any sort of mainstream capacity. That's why I've decided to make another nerd YouTube channel video about it. Now let's not beat around the bush. The reason Tanystropheus is so famous in this corner of the internet is because of its gravity-defying long neck. Look at the size of it. It's longer than the rest of its body. Surely this is the upper limit of what a neck can be.
In order to show how long Tanystropheus' neck is, I decided to create a little demonstration. There we go, about 6 feet. That's how long a giraffe's neck is. Just barely shorter than my height. Now let's get the Tanystropheus neck. And for an animal that's 20 feet long, how long do you expect its neck to be? That's right about here, 10 feet. Half of its body is purely neck.
This seemingly impossible neck has been the main point of discussion of this animal since its discovery in 1852. The man who discovered this creature, Francesco Bassani, thought it was a species of pterosaur due to the hollow bones in its neck. Pterosaurs need hollow bones in order to fly, but the Tanystropheus needed hollow bones in order to have a neck it could lift off the ground. Let's not also forget the cervical bones in this creature's massive neck that made it rigid in order to be able to walk on land without it flopping down. This is why so many scientists assumed the creature was primarily aquatic, just like a crocodile. Actually, it is quite apt to compare the two. Despite being the same length as a saltwater crocodile, Tanystropheus Longobardicus weighed only 300 pounds. The creature also had nostrils on the top of its head, something that is primarily found in aquatic animals. Currently, there are 2 species in the Tanystropheus genus. The first one already mentioned, and the second, Hydroides, being the much smaller pygmy Tanystropheus, which lived in the same environment as the larger species but fed on separate prey. Both of these species were very successful, by the way, and they lived in modern-day Europe, Asia, and North America, but they're primarily found in Switzerland. The smaller species was about 2 meters long, and these creatures pointed teeth at the front of their mouths and multi-cusped cheek teeth is how scientists figured out they were a different species instead of a juvenile Longobardicus. Otherwise, these 2 species are morphologically very similar. Now, you may have already guessed that the neck was a weak spot. Many Tanystropheus fossils show that predators would decapitate the animal before feasting on its body. Several fossils have just been a head and partial neck with its teeth marks on its severed neck. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you could like and subscribe and do all that. But if you really want to help, you could recommend the next creature I can cover. Perhaps an animal or a plant, maybe even a fungus if you want to get out there. Anyway, God bless you, and goodbye.